Look at your goofy ass. Look at your goofy ass. She is not your woman. It is just your turn. She is not your woman. It's just your turn. In 2026, why are you still taking women seriously when they're not taking dating seriously? You got women going on a dating app, below average women. They're getting flooded with all these messages, likes. Yeah, that's cool, but they're not taking dating seriously, so why should you? Women are roster dating. They're never going to put all their eggs in one basket. Women are always going to date multiple men. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams of the Free Agent Lifestyle. He was just talking about the dark side of dating. And I talked about that as well on previous episodes on the married women. If you go look at my videos, married women, why married women are never satisfied. And what Coach Greg Adams was talking about is true. I experienced it. I've talked to women who are on the dark side of dating as well. So again, if you haven't, go check out Coach Greg Adams, Free Agent Lifestyle. He talks about that. And I'm going to talk about that again today. These women are never your women. It's just your turn. As I told you guys before about last year when I was dealing with my rotation of women I was dealing with, when I was trying to get over my ex, I was doing all this fun screwing. I was banging out all these women that I was meeting on the dating apps, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. But mainly the app that I was on that I was getting the most hookups was Field. Go to the app Field. If you're trying to get your freak on, you'll have hookups. Field is that app. There's so many married women on Field, and there's so many women who are about to be engaged or in a serious relationship. They're on Field on the low. These women who are on Field, the way the app works, there's ways you can put your pictures. You can cover your eyes and say, I'll send you the face picture in a direct message. And that's how some married women were moving. If you're dealing with a woman out here, if you're talking to her, you're dealing with her, you guys are dating, so-called dating, and you are having some suspicion, I think your best bet is to go on these sites to see if you find her. Go on the app Field. Kind of be incognito if you can. See if you find her on there. But a majority of the women that I was hooking up with, the mistakes I made, fucking married women, women in relationships, and women who were engaged, I met them on the Field app. And there's also another website too that a lot of people don't talk about. It's called FetLife.com. FetLife. FetLife.com. There's a lot of freaky shit that goes on that site, and it's free. So you got a lot of women on those sites as well looking for hookups, looking to be dominated. I came across so many women last year on Field who told me about this site, FetLife, where they get hookups at, where they meet guys off this app called FetLife. There's some freaky shit going on in the dating market today. Most women are never satisfied. You got women they're in a relationship with a guy. He may have a good job, but if he's not beating up that pussy, if he's not banging her out really good, she's going to find that from somebody else, whether it's a coworker or someone she meets off of the app. These women are never satisfied. That's why it kills me. It doesn't kill me, but I just don't take it seriously when I hear these women talk about they want a provider man. Okay, that's fine, but the married women I was banging out last year, they were all with provider males. Guys who made way more money than me. But still, these women were complaining about he's lacking in some areas. I told you, the married women I was dealing with, these women have the nerve to call their husband bitches. He's a bitch. He's a nice guy. I settled with him because I was tired of being played by all these guys, and he was just there. That's why I tell you, if you get with a post-wall woman, she's going to feel like she's settling for you. Women over 30, they're not looking for love. They're looking for help. Their bills are piling up and they're looking for help. They want the lifestyle. They don't want you. Most of these women are not faithful today. And you guys have the fact that if you're watching this and you don't know nothing about FetLife and Field, you're out of, yeah. You probably wouldn't know what your girl is doing behind closed doors, but women are getting their freak on behind closed doors. These are not our women. It's just our turn. It doesn't matter how many times you take this woman on a date. You buying this whole flowers. You're trying to treat her like a king and shit. You want to be a gentleman. You're trying to be a gentleman to a woman who had a gangbang last week. You're trying to be a gentleman to a woman who has a fantasy of being with two dudes at the same time. You're trying to be a gentleman to a woman who has a body count of over 100. Women are getting their freak on. And I think a lot of people are just, I don't know if it's here in New York City, but a lot of people are just too open-minded. When I was on field, man, I came across a lot of couples on field of couples, and the guy wants to see his girlfriend bang out a black dude. I got a lot of messages on field last year from couples. But if I'm doing group sex, it's going to be me and 2 other women, not another dude. But you have a lot of couples like that nowadays. I don't know if it's New York City, but I was coming across a lot of couples on field, Tinder, who have this kink. I think these are guys who just watch too much porn. They watch too much porn, and they just, their mind is messed up. For you as a man, you're in a full-blown relationship, but you get off watching her bang other dudes. That's not masculine. That's not, if you claim you're an alpha male, that's not alpha. If you claim that you're a man with confidence, you know yourself as a man, that's neither of that. What's the point of getting into a relationship if you're allowing guys to bang out your girl? This is the dark side of dating. Coach Greg Adams talks about this all the time, and it's real, it's true. There's a whole nother side of dating that you guys don't even know about. The married women I was meeting on field, I told you I had 2 threesomes last year. One threesome I had was with 2 Korean chicks visiting from out of town, and one was engaged. And it is what it is. You can say what you want about black women are at the bottom when it comes to dating. People think that black men are at the bottom when it comes to dating. But a lot of black men are fetishized. So we get the easy access for hookups, but isn't that better if we don't want any long-term commitments? I don't want any long-term commitments. I don't want marriage. So I'm pretty sure I was a fetish to these women, these 2 Korean chicks. Come on now. And one was engaged. I had a threesome with. And she's probably married to that dude right now. A lot of people say black dudes are at the bottom. Okay, but a lot of black dudes are getting fetishized and they're getting free access to sex, while some men are getting stuck with the bill. Do you really want to take dating seriously nowadays? I think it's best to be solo dolo and focus on yourself and get this money. Don't ever risk your time. That time you have available should be for you, not these women. A lot of these women have a high-ass body count. A lot of these women do not take dating seriously. And you want to take a chance on a woman, thinking she's the one. There is no such thing as the one. These women do not love men unconditionally. It's all about what you can do for them. So many married women on that Field app. So many women here in New York City are so open-minded about going to sex parties. I came across so many women talking about they went to a sex party. You're on Hinge, paying to be on Hinge, paying to meet a woman, right? And you don't even know that she's been to sex parties. She's had threesomes. She's let all these random dudes bang her out, but she wants you to treat her like a princess. She wants you to be the gentleman. But she didn't require that from Ricky Tan, Chad, Tyrone, Bubba, Enrique, Bumblecop, Tito. Like, she did not require that from these other guys. If she's not ATBing for you, she ain't arching that back. Arch that back. If she ain't arching that back for you, she's arching that back for somebody else. If you're taking a woman on multiple dates and you still ain't getting no sex, she's using you for a free meal and free attention. Listen, this is my rule. If you doing this date shit, which I'm all about holding the fucking line. If you can't hit it the first night, the first day you meet her, the first date, wherever the fuck, if you don't hit it, she ain't into you. Believe all these other fucking losers who tell you, yeah, take the bitch on 3 to 4 dates and shit. No. I did not have to I was with my ex for 6 years. I didn't have to take her on no damn dates. It went down the first day we met. It went down for me a lot of times the first day I met women. If a woman's not sexually attracted to you, she doesn't have burning desire for you, she's not into you, yeah, she doesn't feel this way, yeah, she gonna make your goofy ass wait. If you don't hit it on the first day, you take a woman on a date and she don't let you hit it, she don't like you. And if she's on her period, she don't even need to be going on no damn date. Don't let no women tell you that lie, or it's my time of the month. No. These women are not your women. It's just your turn. And even if you go overseas, I'm all about traveling. Have fun, travel. But don't go overseas thinking that these women are going to stay faithful and loyal to you, because when you go back to the States, they're going to be with the next American. Dating is monetized. That's everywhere. Don't matter wherever you go. Women are addicted to all this free attention they're getting from the dating apps and social media. Most women are not going to throw that away. They're addicted to that attention. Majority of women, they're not going to be banking on potential. If you're not where you need to be at financially, she ain't going to be with you. She ain't going to take you seriously. Women are like that. It's funny. Women will get with a guy who got money. But if he ain't hitting it right, she's going to be banging a guy who has less than him. That happens all the time. Women don't know what the hell they want. That's why I don't think most guys should be taking dating seriously. It's time for men to take the power back. You over here trying to put a woman on a pedestal when she has a high-ass body count. She just had a threesome with 2 dudes and you're trying to take her seriously? And the fact is, you got women who won't, they won't even tell you this. You over here thinking that she's just a good girl. She looks innocent, but those are the main ones you need to look out for. These innocent women. I banged out this Dominican chick last year, right? Dominican chick, right? And she was in a full-blown relationship, but her dude he was an old white man. Old white man, Dominican chick, and they had a situation where because he can't really, perform, he lets her bang other dudes. So basically it's guys around, he lets her bang men around her age. So last year I was 32, she was about 27, 28, but she was in a full-blown relationship with this old white dude. And that was their situation. That was their situation. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you how it was. So she lives in Long Island. They live in like a nice house in Long Island, right? So the way it went down, we met on field, we talked, and she told me her situation. So I didn't feel comfortable with him being in the room while I'm handling my business. I did not feel comfortable with this. So she's okay. That's totally fine. I'll just have the hotel ready for us, right? So she paid for my Uber to go all the way to Long Island because they have a house on Long Island. And she paid for my Uber. This is a 27-year-old chick. Paid for my Uber. We went to the Ruth Chris in Long Island somewhere. It's Ruth Chris. So we went there, and then we went to the hotel nearby. I did my thing, and she paid for my Uber back home. But that was their situation. She told me they had. She's 27, bad Dominican bitch, bad. And I didn't know she was I thought she was something else, but bad Dominican chick, green eyes. I don't know if they were contacts, but bad as fuck. But that was their situation. He has money. He's an old white dude. They live together. That's her man. I don't know if that's her husband, but they live together. That's their situation. But she's allowed to bang other dudes. You have guys who are in situations like that. And that's what I did that last year when I was going through I was going through a rotation of women I was dealing with to get over my ex. Or I told you I was making mistakes. I was fun fucking when I should have just been healing from my breakup. But I felt like if I just drown myself in pussy, it's going to help me get through my breakup faster. But it didn't. It prolonged it. When I should have been by myself. I was supposed to start this podcast last year, but I was doing all that fun. I was screwing a lot when I should have been more focused, but it was so easy. I didn't have to take none of these chicks on dates. That girl paid for me to go to Ruth Chris, paid for everything. She had the hotel. She had a hotel suite. It wasn't no cheap hotel. It was a nice hotel. Paid for me to go back home. And then all the other girls I was dealing with from field and shit, I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to take these women on dates. I had a Spanish chick. She was coming in town from LA. Met her right on field. She said, hey, I'm here for work and I'm at this hotel in downtown. Met her at the hotel, banged her out. And you'll come across a lot of women like that on field or even on dating apps. You have women who travel for work. Now, if you think that women who travel for work are not getting their fuck on, you're sadly mistaken. They are screwing. They're having sex. I had sex with a couple of flight attendants as well. Every time they land, they Get on the apps. That's for any woman that travels. They get on the apps. You really think that a woman is just going to be in her hotel room doing nothing while she's in a new town? You don't think that she's going to want to explore, have fun? Women are fucking. They're not just sitting at home reading a book, waiting for Mr. No, they're exploring and having fun. A lot of women on field who are coming into town for work, hooked up with them. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these women are very freaky. A lot of women are very freaky. And if you're over here thinking that these women don't have a past, the majority of women do have a past. They'll settle with you, right? You're a past, you're 30 plus and you settle with a woman, she's 30 plus, right? And you probably don't know about her past. When she was young in her 20s, she was with an older man who sexually turned her out because older men are more experienced in the bedroom, and the ones who are physically fit and who don't have a problem getting it up, yeah, he was beating that coochie up. And you don't know that this older guy was into some BDSM bondage stuff. You don't know that she was getting tied up, getting banged out. You don't know that he took her to a sex club. You don't know that she had threesomes, foursomes. She got turned out sexually. He banged her all. He had fun with her. That relationship fizzled, and she finds a simp in her 30s. And that simp doesn't even know about her past. That happens a lot, man. That happens a lot. When I was on the Field app, I told you about the women I was dealing with. The women I was dealing with, man, though, when we get off of the app, they'll say, download the Telegram app. And that's what I told you. A lot of married women use the Telegram app because you're able to, the messages delete. They set a timer on the message and it deletes. Every married woman that I came across last year, and keep in mind, I'm not trying to promote sleeping with married women. It's a mistake I made in the past, and I wouldn't do it again. But the married women I was banging out last year, it was like clockwork. Do you have the Telegram app? Do you have the Telegram app? It's the Telegram app. Y'all know what it is. And they set a timer on the message so you can send pictures and then it deletes, So every hookup I had with these women, man, I hook up, see them for a day, and then the next morning I wake up and our messages are deleted. And it made me realize, well, we all know this, but majority of women, a lot of women, they put up a front, but a lot of women are in miserable marriages. And one woman told me that I was fucking this Spanish chick. She was married to her dude. And she said her girlfriend is married too, and her girlfriend is cheating on her husband too. That's how they click. That's how, because her girlfriend can't stand the husband. She knew she married the wrong guy. And it's funny because her girlfriend who's cheating on her husband, the guy she's cheating on, he's married too. And they're having unprotected sex all the time. And then she always brags about she doesn't even give her husband sex. Most marriages are miserable. Don't let the media fool you. Don't let social media fool you. Like most marriages are happy and most marriages, they're in a dead bedroom. They're not fucking. You got two miserable people. When the bills pile up and your expenses are at an all-time high because it's two people, a family. You're paying more than what you would be paying as a single person. Yeah, real life happens. Romance is out the window. You guys are going to grow apart, but you're stuck together because you got fucking kids and you don't got the money to divorce. You don't got the money to start all over. That's why the majority of these married women are on the other side of dating. They're on Field, FetLife. This girl told me about this site called FetLife. It was private and discreet, and a lot of people are on that site. A lot of people are on that site. So FetLife, Field are the two main ones you need to look out for. If you want to get your freak on, go to Field. But listen, I live in New York City, bro. If you can't get no pussy on the Field app, I don't know what to tell you. You have a better chance of getting coochie on the Field app than you do Tinder or Hinge. And it's funny because this is why I don't take any of these women seriously. I'll never take a woman seriously. When I was on the Field app, I saw the same, and I'm on the Field app, right? And the women have a bio of what they want. And it's very It's very out there, honest, and direct. So the women on the Field app, they'll have a bio like, I'm into bondage. I want to be a submissive. I want to be fucked into submission. Putting this all in their bio. I want to be turned out. I want to be slutted out. I want to go to a sex party. I never went to one before, right? They'll say that in their bio. I seen these same women on Tinder and Hinge, and their bios are completely different on Hinge. This one girl I was fucking this woman who's, she's Spanish, but she said, she's Ecuadorian. Yeah, Ecuadorian, she said. I think I got that right, man. That is a race, right? Let me know, but, so she's Spanish, but she looks Afro-Latina, right? So I was fucking her, right? And we had a situation where we were just fucking, and she lived close to me. So our situation was we would always fuck, that is it. She would, this was one girl who would come to my apartment after a date or before the date. If the date was trash, she would literally text me while she's on a date saying, listen, this date is boring. I'm about to come over, get some dick. Is it okay if I come over? I'm like, sure, okay. So the guy picked her up. I live in New York City, bro. There's no need for people to be driving. That's just extra bill you don't need to pay. But this dude picked her up, drove her. Nigga dropped her off at my house thinking that he's dropping her off at her girlfriend's house. After he spent all this money to take her on a date, and she came over, got banged out, and we chilled. And yeah, that was our thing. But she was also on Hinge, and I told her, I was like, look at your goofy ass. She was on Hinge, right? Because I found her on Field. She was on Hinge, and her bio was completely different. Saying that I'm looking for a long-term commitment. I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I want long-term commitment, and I'm looking for a provider male. And she's honest and direct, but keep in mind, she put me in the category of the guy that she's fucking, I don't have to pay anything. So it was cool. I was cool with that situation. But it fizzled out because she started to say that she was feeling empty sometimes because I'm not treating her like the guys who are pursuing her are treating her. Because I refused to take her on dates because there was a time when she was like, I think we should go on a date. And I was like, no. Because that's not what we agreed upon. I was the guy that you come over, you get banged out, and you go home. I never signed, I'm not pursuing you, I'm not courting you. This is what it is. But it further proves my point that women can't move like us men, even though they try to, because they're going to catch feelings. So that fizzled out. She went on with her business, and I saw her again on Hinge. That same profile saying, I want long-term commitment now. But on Field, she said that she wants to explore with threesomes. She wants to go to a sex party. Completely different. Just do that. Like, if you're seriously about dating, bro, if you're seriously trying to date, if you're on Hinge and your goofy ass is looking for something serious, just download the Field app. Download the Field app. And there's other open-minded apps too, but download those. See if the girl you're talking to on Hinge is on Field. Just do that. See if she's on Field. And if she is, don't take her seriously. Because she's on Hinge looking for a simp, but she's on Field looking for Tad and Chiron to beat up that pussy. And it definitely ain't you. If she stumbled upon you on Hinge. Dating is monetized, man. A lot of women are on survival mode right now. It's not just New York City, LA, it's all over the world. Women are on survival mode 24/7. Even though they're on dating apps, they're also on sugar daddy sites getting help. You have a lot of women getting their bills paid by sugar daddies. Unc is winning. He's banging out all these young chicks. I fucked a bad Spanish chick, lives in a luxury apartment in Jersey City, and her sugar daddy pays her rent. Bitch lives in a fucking high rise. And she told me straight up, she was like, he don't know that I'm fucking on the side, but she came over, got piped down, and we were talking a bit. And she told me straight up, her sugar daddy pays her rent. She lives in a high rise. Even if a woman has everything, still, she's going to find some shit on the side. You really want to take dating seriously in 2026? Dating is monetized. It's going to be, a lot of it's pay for play. Even though I've been blessed last year with not having to pay, but the way the dating market is, it is going to be pay for play. All these layoffs that happen, Facebook, Meta, wherever the fuck you went, they just laid off 8,000 people. What the fuck you think these hoes are going to be doing to survive? A woman who got laid off, who was making over 150,000, 200, up to 200K a year, got laid off. It's going to be hard for her to find another job that paid that much with those benefits. What the hell do you think she's going to be doing to survive? Women are already doing this now. They're roster dating. Women are having sex with 5 dudes at the same time. Do not believe these women telling you. Just don't believe these women telling you this bullshit. I'm only talking to one guy. That ain't fucking true. Majority of these women today are doing roster dating. They're fucking multiple men at the same time. They got 5 dudes they're talking to, and they're seeing which one is the best. Okay, he has a good job, but he don't fuck me right. This guy is broke, but he got 9 inches, and every time I'm with, I squirt. This guy, he's in law school. He don't got the job yet, but he may become a successful lawyer. Let me keep him on the back burner. There's that ex who sexually turned me out, who had my heart. I go back and forth with him. Women put guys in categories. In 2026, man, it is your best bet to stay focused on you, hold the line, and focus on your purpose. I get it. Summer's approaching. These bitches are going to be out here looking good. They got their bikinis. They're going to be looking good. I'm in New York. These rooftop bars are about to be lit. Summer is beautiful in New York in the summer. Women they're going to get their fuck on this summer. But if you're having fun, don't catch any feelings. Do not catch any feelings, because when summer ends, it's cuddle season. Now they're going to want to settle down after all this sex they were having with multiple guys. Dating is monetized. That's Coach Greg Adams is speaking the truth. Dating is monetized. That's the way it's going. It's going to be mainly pay for play. It's mainly going to be pay for play. I choose to not play the game right now. I'd rather just hold the line and focus on myself. I choose to not play the game. I'd rather just hold the line and just focus on myself. If you want to take a chance on dating, fine. Fine. And listen, if you told me right now that you found a woman, she's on your program, she's never giving you a reason not to trust her, you trust her, she does what the fuck you tell her to do, she's your girl, right? I'm not going to tell you to break up with her. If you got you a good woman, congrats, bro, you got one. Hold it down. I hope it works out for you. But for the single guys like me, it's like Mad Max out here in the dating scene. It's a wasteland. The dating market is trash. The dating pool is filled with piss. It's filled with women who have all this baggage, who bring no value to a man's life, struggling, looking for a man to pay their bills. It's the dating market is trash. And like I told you, most of these women, they're not your women. It's just your turn. It's just your turn to hit it. It's just you. We don't own these women. Men think that when they marry a woman, that he owns her. How do you own her if she was cheating and fucking other dudes? All those married women I was banging last year, I'm pretty sure their husbands thought they own them, but they don't. And again, I'm not trying to glamorize sleeping with married women, but last year it felt like it was easier to fuck married women than it was to bang single women. Because deep down, these women hate their husbands. They hate their married life. They knew they married the wrong person, but they're stuck. One married chick I was banging told me straight up, she's a therapist. A therapist told me straight up, she can't afford to divorce because they're both in debt and they got a kid. Yep. I'm not proud of it, but I banged a therapist last year who was married. And it's funny because she counsels couples, knowing that she don't got her shit together. Dating is monetized, and you better accept it for what it is. Get that out of your head that you're going to find a woman to build with. She's going to grow old with you. Because you're seeing it now. You got women who are 50 years old, divorcing their husbands, getting all this money and getting a settlement out of the divorce. And that husband who's 50 something, who's busted his ass throughout the entire marriage, he's 50 something years old, and he's has to move in with his parents or something, or with family members. He has to start his life all over again because his wife woke up one day and said, I'm not happy. Let me know in the comments, what do you gain right now in 2026 if you were to get married? What do you gain? Please let me know in the comments. What do you gain by getting married? Marriage today is not worth the risk. It's not worth our happiness. It's not worth risking our happiness, peace, money, none of that. Thanks to the internet, thanks to dating apps, thanks to social media. You got women who are in a good relationship, but because their goofy ass compares their relationship to other relationships they see on social media, this dumbass is bringing problems into her relationship. She's seeing a couple she sees as couple goals, they're always traveling. They're always traveling, and then she starts to look at her man and be like, you're not doing enough, even though this dude's working 12-hour shifts. Travel the world, man. I advise you to travel the world before you even settle down and think about being committed to one person for the rest of your life. But dating is monetized. It's not going to get better. It's going to continue to get worse. And you got to accept it for what it is. I refuse to play the game. I'd rather be solo dolo. I'd rather hold the line, stack my money, focus on me. I've been able to get so much done this year. When I've cut out dating, I deleted all the dating apps. I needed to be alone. I took an unhealthy way approach of trying to get over my breakup, and that was all that sex. I was banging out so many women last year and changed nothing. If you went through a breakup, don't listen to this bad advice saying that you need to jump on a dating app. You need to get some pussy. Don't do that. Just heal. Focus on you. Because you can end up attracting the wrong type of woman. And it's best just to be alone. Be alone. Focus on you. You got your whole life ahead of you. Why would you want to risk that on a woman? Unless they change the marriage laws, there's no benefit to get married. The fact that I could be married to a woman, work my ass off to make the marriage work, and then she divorces me, I have to pay her to get out of my life. Change the fucking marriage laws, then us men will think about getting married. If not, we're going to continue to hold the line and focus on us. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll holler at y'all. If you haven't been to my Patreon, please check out my Patreon. It's $5 a month. I love the support. I'll be releasing more episodes on Patreon, but yeah, the Patreon is $5 a month. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.